our team, our community. This is CondorsTown, and this is another Energy Condors connection. Now, here's Erik Fox and Ryan Holt.
It seems just like yesterday we were talking about playoffs, but you know what? Playoffs are done. It's time to reset the clock and head into another season here in CondorsTown. What up? My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. Joined on the other side of the screen by my brother by another mother. It's Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors. How are you doing, bud?
I'm good. What's happening?
You know, living the dream. It's hard to believe. What is it? 3 weeks from Saturday, we are dropping the puck on a brand new season here in CondorsTown.
Yeah, opening night October 15th. We've got the preseason game October the 7th here in CondorsTown. So it's all systems go here at the moment. It's going to be an exciting season and a couple bows still to tie, but we'll get there.
Let's do as we always do. We always talk about the parent club first, and that is your Edmonton Oilers. Preseason time, they got a rookie camp and a whole lot more going on up there. What's the story with Edmonton?
Yeah, they opened up training camp today, so a number of faces you'll see in CondorsTown, officially hit the ice with the Oilers today. We had the Penticton Young Stars tournament over the weekend where, a lot of the rookies and a lot of the first or second year guys were able to kind of come together in a tournament style format, and the Oilers ended up winning it. So, I texted Colin Chalk yesterday. I said, hey, you can't win every game if you don't win your first three. And he did. So it's exciting for them. And it's good for the staff too, I think, because, Colin has two new assistants this year, Keith McCambridge and Josh Green, just coming together with that staff to be able to get behind the bench and, kind of a preseason style environment is huge. And now they go into main camp where, Jay Woodcroft and Dave Manson and the rest of the crew take over. And, you're part of that, kind of organization with, 60 or so players, vying for, 24 spots. And then, whoever doesn't make the 24 come to CondorsTown. So, it's, kind of a long month of training camp and preseasons and things like that. But it all gets sorted out here over the next couple of weeks.
Well, you're talking about people we are going to see in Condorstown, but there are people who have been in Condorstown that are making some waves up there, including Hamlin. What's going on up there, man?
Yeah, James Hamlin, a terrific story, for the entire organization. He came in on a, kind of an AHL contract. No one really knew kind of what to expect from him, and, quickly earned himself, a spot on the team and quickly moved up the lineup. And now is, 3 years later here, he's a key fixture in what the Condors and hopefully what the Oilers will do. He was signed to an NHL contract over the summer. He's going to be competing for a spot like anyone else. And if he does end up here in Bakersfield, he's a 20 goal scorer that is going to be looked upon, to be a leader for this Condors team here, and a guy who, kind of takes that next step. Think of, Tyler Benson and Coop Marody the last couple of years. That's kind of where James Hamlin kind of fits in, on this team, moving forward. So he's a great person, great representative of the team and the organization, and someone you like to root for. So great to see him have success here early on, especially up in the rookie tournament.
And let's, as we always do, because I know you love looking at that crystal ball. What are you thinking, and what's the season looking like for Edmonton this year?
Yeah, I think there's high expectations. I think that was kind of the quotes and the questions kind of being asked of the players yesterday was, all the expectations and kind of the bullseye on your back, for this season. But, if I know Jay Woodcroft and, I know his style, it's, he's not even thinking about April, May, June. He's thinking about October, tomorrow, more so, but certainly he's thinking about opening night more so than anything. So I think there'll be a small focus on expectations, but last year was last year, and you have to go out and prove it again. And we've seen time and time again, teams that come in with high expectations and don't pan out, and teams that come in with low expectations end up panning out. So it's a big year for the Oilers. There's a number of guys in their prime. You still have obviously Draisaitl and McDavid, elite and in their prime, and it's a big year for them. From a lot of facets, but would expect them to be one of the contenders, certainly.
What are you expecting on the goaltending front this year?
Yeah, Stuart Skinner is going to go up to Edmonton and be with Jack Campbell, and Jack's a proven NHL number one goaltender, and I think having a guy in Stu that's going to be able to push him to be better and to push him for the net. I think that's only going to be a positive, I think, for the entire organization. And then, obviously Calvin Pickard comes down from Grand Rapids, and, he's probably expected to be the Condors' #1 netminder this year. And, he's a proven, AHL veteran goaltender who gets it done at this level, and a guy who can, play 10 to 15 games at the NHL level when needed as well. And, he's been with Colorado and he's been with Detroit, and he's had those opportunities in the past. And, I think that's a great thing to have. You need injuries happen and things happen throughout the course of a season. You need 3 goaltenders, and, he's a guy who can certainly, give you good minutes in the NHL, but obviously give you really good minutes in the AHL.
So you talked about Stu and you talked about Jay. Both were here in CondorsTown to start off last season. This year they're starting up there. So let's go and talk about what's going on down here as we get ready for opening night on October 15th. How's everything looking with the setup of everything?
It's always a fire drill, no matter how much you plan. But we keep pushing the ball forward and just keeping it going towards opening night. And obviously this year there's an anniversary year with 25 years, and that's something to celebrate. And we'll do that throughout the course of the season and be able to honor some alumni throughout the course of the year. We'll have some alumni check-ins from various folks from all walks of life, whether they're still playing hockey or whether they're not playing hockey. I think it's pretty cool to catch up with some guys who have had a big impact on the team. So putting together a 25th anniversary program for opening night. We have a collage giveaway as well opening night. We've got some cool jerseys as well too that are going to be tied into kind of 25th anniversary and kind of a throwback style. So a lot of cool stuff happening, and it all gets underway October 15th.
We'll have to get some of the alumni here on the Condors Connection, and I am planning on being there for opening night, so that should be a fun time all around.
You and 6,000.
Let's talk about the roster. How's it looking as you head your forwards, your defensemen, and we talked a little bit about the goaltending already.
Yeah, we'll see a good chunk of returners. I think from the last couple of years, guys like Brad Malone and Luke Esposito, Hamlin we mentioned, Seth Griffith is back in the organization. I think defensively the team's really strong. I think last year we went into the season without a veteran defenseman, without an AHL experienced defenseman, and now we come out of it and you have guys like Sam Arukov, Nima Leinen. I'll throw Broberg in that mix, even though I don't know if he ends up getting here to Bakersfield, but Desharnais and Caldas, guys on the back end that, have 2 or 3 years now of experience under their belt with Bakersfield, with the Oilers organization. I think it's a really strong defensive core, no matter who ends up in Edmonton and who ends up here in Bakersfield. I think there's enough depth for both to be really successful. And forward group, we've got some young forwards coming in. We've got Dylan Holloway kind of, where does he end up? Is he in Edmonton? Is he in Bakersfield? I think Ken Holland said yesterday that if he's not playing full-time in Edmonton, if he's not, a contributor in Edmonton, he's going to be in Bakersfield because they don't want him sitting around. They want him playing, meaningful minutes, and I think that's a positive for the organization. Xavier Bourgault was their first-round pick a couple of years ago. He's coming in, turning pro. Again, going to try and make Edmonton. If he doesn't make Edmonton, Bakersfield certainly will have him for sure. But again, another young prospect. I think the forward group is young. It's full of prospects, and to have guys like Malone, Greg McKegg's coming over into the organization, Seth Griffith, Hamlin, guys that can kind of mentor these guys as they come into pro, I think is big moving forward. So great to, obviously have the veterans and some continuity from the past couple of years, but it's exciting, anytime you get first-round picks and second-round picks into the organization, knowing that, they're going to, go on to big things, and we're going to be the first step in that process.
Do you expect any changes or any kind of a movement with the farm system changing to the Comets this year?
I think we've seen it a little bit. There's been some more signings of guys who, might end up in Fort Wayne, and that kind of helps them out as well too. So I think there's a little more synergy with the Oilers, the Condors, and the Comets, and being able to sign some guys that, otherwise would have been on ECHL contracts, and, there's salary cap issues in the ECHL. So signing guys to AHL contracts helps them out a little bit, which only makes everything stronger. And it gives us a deeper pool too to pick from. I think in years past, we've probably had, maybe 2 or 3 guys that are on Condors contracts in the ECHL. I think now you're going to see, maybe 5, 6, 7 guys plus a couple of goaltenders in the ECHL. So just gives you an added bonus and an added chance to pull guys up, when you do need them throughout the course of a year.
And of course, your favorite question always: what are you seeing for the season this year in CondorsTown?
Well, it's we only play one home game in October, so it'd be nice to win that one and then go on the road. It would certainly be beneficial from all involved. But it's it's always a crapshoot. Anytime you start a season, and it's been the first real off season we've had where it's been normal and everything's been fine in the last 3 years, and we haven't had that in a while. So I think there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement leading into the year. I know the fans are ready. I know the staff's ready, the arena staff's ready, and we're ready just to get back after it. So it'd be nice to get that win on opening night. I think that's the focus right now, and then go on the road and have some fun and win some games there before coming home basically for all of November. So I think it's going to be another competitive team. It'll be a deep Western Division, Pacific Division. It's a pretty large division, so certainly need to find ways to pick up points early on and then just roll from there. But it's a long season, and you never know the story until you close the book on it at the end of the year. And I think that's the fun part about it, is you don't know what's going to go on until the end of the season. So we'll see how it meanders, but it all starts October 15th.
And of course, the 7th is the preseason game against San Jose, and the 15th versus Abbotsford. People want to get tickets, get involved, because it is the 25th anniversary opening night. You don't want to miss that. What do they need to do?
We've got the big 6-pack on sale now. So those are the 6 biggest games of the year on Saturdays. We've got 10-ticket flex packs. We got 20-ticket flex packs. Those will get you in. You can use them in any quantity, however you want to use them throughout the course of a season. We'll have single game tickets on sale starting next week as well too. So, but the best way in is with the flex packs or with the big 6-pack, because you're not going to pay any fees, any taxes, any convenience fees. It's all one price, and it gets you the best deal for coming out to games, which obviously you're going to do, because it's going to be an exciting time.
Of course, we'll be checking in right before the preseason kicks off, and also before opening night, right here with your Condors Connection. Ryan, appreciate the time as always, my friend.
Great to see you. We'll see you pretty soon at the rink, October 15th.
Absolutely. Going to freeze myself in October. Can't wait. My name is Erik Fox. This is Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors, and this has been another Energy 95.3 Condors Connection. We'll catch you next time.